Okay, so part five. Now, this is going to be more on things people would do and say when they don't want to change. And this is more on, I guess, in the domain of marriage or on a marital level. Um, so, um, in part four, I touched on people can be judgmental in the house of the Lord, or you can experience a certain level of judgment. Um, and from what I learned or what I experienced, it a lot of things that people would say if they're a believer, Christian, or Messianic Jew, it doesn't come from God. Sometimes it does not come from God. It's a carnal spirit. And if it's carnal, it's not spiritual. And if it's not spiritual, it's not from God. So it's from Satan. And I touched on that. I wanted to share um, in a non judgmental manner um, to someone who I would, you could identify him, I think, as from the LGBTQ community, that Jesus, I wanted to share with him that Jesus loves him, and or something along those lines. Um, it was just a good message. And he did not want to receive anything because I believe he perceived me as something in his mind, or he may have felt like I would come off in a judgmental manner, and so he didn't want to hear anything from me. So I touched on, in part four, people may feel like that or may experience, being criticized or judged in the house of the Lord, and it may not come from God. And young people need to be aware of that. Now, when it comes to Christopher Delgado, my God given spouse, um, I noticed between 2016 2017 certain things he would do. And one of the things I can now say is that I believe he had access to, I guess, some intel about my past, pieces of my past, pieces of past relationships, not the whole story, pieces. And so he would do certain things and it would come off in a judgmental manner, like as if he's rejecting me because of that, or as if he's jealous because of that. Um, but I realized that he behaved like that, considering that he hurted me towards Simone and he knew how Simone felt about him, and I was talking to him. It's because he didn't want to change. So when people bring up pieces of your past, especially the wizards, I learned that they do it because they want to distract from the attention being on them to being on you, and they don't want to change. So they want people to, reject you, um, judging you on pieces of information, not the whole story, and the judgment doesn't come from God. And so they want people to either murder you, reject you,